Okay, Mike, I know I'm doing this exactly like it is, but I can't help but see some problems just as a builder, finished carpenter or whatever. But maybe you don't have this problem that I have discovered. Um, but if you look at the plan, he has uh, like 3'4", I think they are. And then he puts in a door that's a 2/8 door, and to me the to me you've got to allow more room because everybody seems to go with a 3.5 inch wide trim, and then every once in a while they want to do this overhang. This hallway is a 4 foot hallway, and this is a 3 foot door. And basically, with a 3.5 inch trim, you wind up with about 1.5 inches on each side, which allows you to hang this over 1 inch and still have a little space. So that's saying, for plenty of space, you need 1 foot over the size of the door. But I go down to 5 inches all the time, but 4 inches is tight as far as on each side of the door beyond the slab itself. So here and in several places, I always do this slab of the door in my opening. Um, Here you're going to have, beyond the slab of the door, you're going to have 4 inches to the wall on each side. Um, I think it goes back to the days of colonial where everybody used 2 1/4 or smaller trim. Now they use 3.5, and it's surprising how people haven't caught up with it. I had a kitchen designer, my last two kitchens. He didn't allow for 3.5 inch trim, so uh, he had to build new cabinets two uppers and he said, "Why'd you use such wide trim?" I said, I've been using that trim for 7 years. But anyway, if you're comfortable with that, that's fine. And I don't, I'm just warning you of that. And that's not that big a deal. I just put in the doors he had and the hallways he had. But then another design thing, and I don't mean to pick on the guy, but if you look at the plan right here, okay, I built this exact bathroom with, the exact stuff in it, but never have I built it this way. And again, if you're fine with it, I'm fine with it. But to me, see that this toilet is so cramped in there, and you have this nice big linen. When it's just gonna be a shelf, it's just a small. You don't need a big linen, and this is just linen shelves. This is the way that I always do it. That would be your linen space there. And then you get a much nicer vanity, and then you get a much nicer space for this. And everything else works the same. It's just, I don't, but anyway, I don't need to do this. I'm just saying, the one they've got, I don't think is as functional. The other thing I always do is put a window right there, just a small window. But, I don't want to go back and forth with, and that's the only design thing I say, gosh, it just doesn't look good to me. And another thing, what he's doing, and as far as the 4 inch to the next wall, he's got that going on right here too. You only got 4 inches from the slab itself to this wall. And part of that is because he centered this and this in this space. So the center of this opening is in the center of this wall. So if you reduce this window, he's got this at, which I think is a weird size. He's got it at 1'10". Well, go down to 18 inches or 16 inches would be better, and that would bring this over some. That'd be the way to get rid of it, because you want this to be that depth, and you do want this to be centered. But anyway, that's another thought. And like they probably did work out all the windows, but it's pretty unusual to put such expensive windows as the double hung, two double hungs back here. Here, it's for looks, and maybe these, like I said, they probably talked all about it. They love double hungs, and that's fine. And I don't understand this. If you look at the plan, it shows, I believe, this being an 8 foot tall window, this being 8 foot tall front door, and that don't work. And for this to be 8 foot means it had to go right to the floor. But and maybe that's what they want to do. They do make windows like that. So then another little thing is he's got a 2-4 pocket door that ain't gonna work here. He's only got 2'1" there. There's no way a pocket door is gonna work there to 2'8" or 2'4". Again, I've had this situation, and I actually have my own house. I just swung the door out. It didn't hurt nothing. Everybody thinks you got to open the door going in the bathroom, and you don't. A 2'4" door right here swinging out would be just fine. And the other thing, it looks like this window must go all the way down to the cabinet top. And another thing, these are 11-foot walls. If you go look carefully at down at the cross sections, these are 11-foot walls. And you're going to get hammered right here, and that's one reason, you draw these plans. I would never draw the window coming that close. This is the opening. It's got all these windows molded together, and you're definitely gonna have to have engineering for these tall walls here. And I'd really, do you really have to do a tall wall here in the master? You're already at 9 foot. But at any rate, this is a tall wall too. This is a 10-foot wall, I believe. This is an 11-foot wall, and this will be an 11-foot wall. So anyway, get back to me on all this stuff. If you're fine with the 4-inch from the slab to the, we could take these down to 2 6 doors, and you'd have more room for that trim. But for all I know, they are using small trim. So, let me know on any of this stuff, what your thoughts are, and whether or not you want to go with the original, which is absolutely fine, or if this makes more sense. So, thank you. Oh, the other thing is I got to have the angled, what you want to do with this. Thank you. Bye now.